Hi, my name's Keith Perrin. I'm an industry manager here at Autodesk. Joining me today is Jason Hosch from Intel. Jason, welcome. Thank you for spending the time with us today.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I'm a facility layout engineer at Intel, mainly based in Portland, Oregon. But I also interact with some of the other sites around the world. And one of the things we're working on, in addition to facility layout, is implementing the BIM technology at Intel.
Oh, so why are you engaged with Autodesk? I guess that's part of the reason why.
It is part of the reason. Basically, we make facility layouts that we pass on to architecture and engineering firms so they can design our tool install. But we also use this for manufacturing planning as well. And Autodesk has products that interact with every phase of the building life cycle. So that's the main reason why we're working with them on this.
Oh, cool. So I guess there's some bigger business problem that Intel's trying to solve right now through its use of Autodesk tools and its engagement.
It is, yeah. There's really a couple of them. So we're working on, like I said, we're working on implementing BIM throughout Intel, which is building information modeling. And there's several problems we're having with that we're working at Autodesk to solve. And one of the bigger ones is incorporation of laser scanning into our models. We found that there's not a lot of software out there that can handle the large scans it takes for an extremely large facility. And we're working with them on putting that in. Another problem we have is actually getting the information from our suppliers that we need to design our buildings and to design our layouts. And so I believe that the way to do that is through digital prototyping, and Autodesk has some innovative solutions they're working on with that, and we're working to help them out on making sure that it gets done so it's helpful for us.
No, that's great to hear. It's really good to hear that we're involved with you at such a quite deep level by the sounds of things. Mm-hmm. What are some of the key drivers that you see being key to your success as we move forward?
One of the key successes is getting the information from the suppliers at the right time. So it takes a long time to build one of these facilities and to retrofit. So what we're looking for is to get the right information at the right time, not only from what does this look like from an X, Y, and even Z standpoint now that we're working in 3D, but at what facilities does this require us to install into our building to be able to put these machines in and make semiconductor chips.
Oh, cool. So presumably this is fairly key to your business moving forward. What are some of the challenging things about competing in your industry today?
Well, one of the biggest problems, it's an opportunity. It's a fast-paced industry. So one of the Intel founders, Gordon Moore, stated in 1965 actually that the number of transistors on a chip will double roughly every 2 years, and it's still going. So that's a big challenge for us to keep that pace up, and with that comes a lot of retrofits of our factories.
Okay, so retrofitting of your factory is quite an important part of what you're doing right now.
It is, definitely. That's why the laser scanning portion is becoming key.
Got it. So how does technology kind of help you see that bigger picture come together? Because obviously you're talking about BIM and digital prototyping all coming together. It's quite a big challenge. Right,
and the way we use technology to see the bigger picture is you can't just look at this one machine or one tool at a time and expect your building to be able to handle it. So you have to look at it as a whole system. So we need the information not only from the tool suppliers but from our A&E firms to be able to manage all that information and design our buildings appropriately.
Oh, interesting. So there's going to be quite a change with some of the suppliers that you're working with. What value does that give to you, having your suppliers or your partners working 3D information so that working on that 3D design technology together? What sort of changes do you expect in their behavior?
It really helps if everybody's using it. Everybody from the tool suppliers to the construction trades to the A&E firms to the CMs and even Intel as well. Obviously, we need to be using it to do our facility layouts. Yep. To really see the benefits, like I said, everybody has to be using it. You can see benefits one at a time if some people are using it and some aren't, but for the most part, everybody has to, all the way throughout the chain, from the equipment suppliers to the construction trades and everybody in between.
Wow, so it's quite interesting stuff you're working on.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite broad.
Yeah,
what is the most interesting thing you get to do day in, day out?
I think one of the most interesting things, or at least interesting aspects of working at Intel is being on the cutting edge of technology is pretty exciting, and we get the opportunity not only to use it, but we're also making it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Now, the converse of that is what's the most difficult part of your job?
I think one of the more difficult or frustrating parts is having to make decisions that affect our factory for years to come without having all the relevant information. So as I mentioned earlier, what I'd really like to see is our suppliers all across the board giving us the information we need in a timely manner so we can design our building appropriately. So otherwise, we could be making a mistake and not even know it until it's too late.
It's interesting. And Intel's making quite a sizable investment in its fab plants moving forward.
Yeah.
Presumably there's a number of innovations you brought about in the way you innovate and bring your fab plants online. Is there something you're particularly proud of?
Yeah, one of the things I'm really proud of is Intel's corporate responsibility. So if you look on at the way we've designed the new factories in Arizona, there's a lot of water reclamation, and they use quite a bit of green initiatives in the building design. But it's not only in the way we design our buildings, it's also in the product design as well as corporate sustainability.
Oh, cool. Actually, you mentioned in the hallway the other day some rather interesting facts about the impact that Intel's efforts are having on the local environment.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't mention it here on camera, but there is a lot of impacts to the local environment that we that we have to consider when we're building our buildings. Which brings back to going back to the suppliers. If they can give us that information in a timely manner, we can plan appropriately, and we can actually reuse a lot of the things that we're doing.
That's really good to hear. Well, thank you for your time today, Jason.
You're welcome.
Very much appreciate you coming today, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon. Thanks.